Okay, what do you do when you find one of those verses that just doesn't make sense on the surface? And I found one this week in John 21:25. And the whole book of John is this story of one of Jesus' closest friends and the interactions he had with Jesus, what he saw Jesus do on this earth. Just in 3 years, everything that he wrote down. It's 21 chapters long. And so John then saves this last verse for the very end of his book. And I don't necessarily know why. So here it is, John 21:25. Now, there are also many other things that Jesus did, were every one of them to be written. I suppose that the world itself could not contain the books that would be written. What a verse. What a thought. That John, just in his 3 years of interacting with Jesus here on this earth, if he wrote down everything he saw Jesus do, it wouldn't be able to be contained in all the books. Now, maybe that's hyperbole, but maybe not. Because we know from other parts in the New Testament that Jesus, all things were created through him and by him, and he holds all things together. Even thinking about the way David described it in the Old Testament is that even a baby in its mother's womb is being knit together by an intentional creator in a way that's unique to that individual person. So even before life is breathing on earth, is breathing life, God is breathing life into his creation. And so if we get these verses, here's something we could do with them. The first question we ask is, how is this verse teaching me something about God? What's it teaching me about God? The second question we ask in that order then is, therefore, what does this teach me about me? What does this tell me about who I am or what I should do then with that knowledge? And so for this verse, I think it tells me about God that just like John, I think God's involved in a lot more in my life than I recognize or give him credit for. And in fact, if I wrote down all the different ways he was involved, I think it might fill up enough journals to cover the world too. Secondly then, so what do I do with that? What does that tell me about me? It tells me that if I would live a life of attention, attending to the details that he may be involved in, I think that I would probably find the same thing that John found. So what I'm doing with this today is I'm writing in my journal all the little ways that I haven't given God credit for lately, that he's probably involved in working some divine interaction in my human affairs and celebrating. God's doing that in your life too. God, thank you for the ways that you have led us and that you have knit us together and created and made all the world we interact with, God. We're so grateful that we are not in this alone, but we are in this with you, and you are creating more and more each day. We love you, God, in your name. Amen.